is it? It's so tough you can't cut it. Why is it like... Why?
The Simpsons looked like a simple cartoon about a dysfunctional family, but behind the yellow skin and the couch gags, nothing was simple. Voices were cast by accident. Characters were named after real streets. And one joke predicted the future so accurately, it became terrifying. These are 20 secrets about The Simpsons hidden for decades. And the bonus, let's just say, Homer's voice almost belonged to someone else entirely. Number 20. It started as crude sketches on another show.
But it all comes down to Matt Groening, the creator.
I say, or I'm going to do something to you.
And I don't know what that is, because everybody has always done what...
Before The Simpsons became the longest-running American sitcom in history, it was just a series of rough, crudely animated shorts on The Tracey Ullman Show. In 1987, producer James L. Brooks needed filler content between sketches, something quick and cheap. He called Matt Groening, a cartoonist known for his comic strip Life in Hell, and asked him to pitch an animated segment. Groening had 30 minutes. He was supposed to pitch Life in Hell characters, but at the last second, he panicked. He didn't want to sign away the rights to his comic. So, in the lobby outside Brooks's office, he quickly sketched a new family, a dad, a mom, 2 daughters, and a son. He named them after his own family, Homer, Marge, Lisa, Maggie, and Bart, which was an anagram of brat. The drawings were rough, barely animated, and almost ugly, but Brooks loved them. The shorts aired for 3 seasons on Tracey Ullman, and audiences couldn't stop talking about them. By 1989, The Simpsons got their own half-hour show. What started as a panic sketch in a hallway became a cultural phenomenon that's still running over 3 decades later. Number 19. Homer was almost voiced by Walter Matthau.
I'm sorry your friend is sick, Mr. Goldman, but the court order is in and my hands are...
Ooh, why look, there's Dan Castellaneta from the Trace...
Dan Castellaneta's gravelly, lovable voice as Homer Simpson is one of the most recognizable sounds in television, but it almost never happened. When the show was being developed, producers wanted a big name to play Homer, someone with instant recognition who could draw viewers. They approached Walter Matthau, the legendary actor known for Grumpy Old Men and The Odd Couple. Matthau was interested. He liked the character, thought it was funny, and was willing to negotiate. But there was a problem. Matthau wanted complete creative control over Homer's voice and characterization. He wanted to improvise lines. He wanted script approval, and he wanted significantly more money than the budget allowed. The producers balked. Animation required consistency. Homer had to sound the same in every episode, and voice actors needed to follow the script precisely. Matthau's demands were impossible, so they went with their backup plan, Dan Castellaneta, a relatively unknown voice actor who'd been doing small characters on The Tracey Ullman Show. Castellaneta auditioned with a voice inspired by Walter Matthau anyway, adding his own spin. It was perfect. He got the role, and Homer became his legacy. Matthau went on to have a successful film career, but he never got to be Homer, and somewhere in an alternate universe, The Simpsons sounds completely different. Number 18, Bart was supposed to be the main character.
Hello, Airport Piano Bar.
When The Simpsons premiered, all the marketing focused on Bart, his rebellious attitude, his catchphrases, his skateboard. The network pushed Bart hard because they thought he was the breakout star. T-shirts with "Don't have a cow, man," and "Eat my shorts" flooded stores. Bart Simpson became a cultural icon overnight. Adults hated him. The kids loved him. He was on lunchboxes, posters, and dolls. The show was built around him. But something unexpected happened during the first season. Homer started stealing scenes. His stupidity, his heart, his absurd misadventures became funnier than Bart's pranks. Writers noticed that Homer episodes got better ratings. Audiences connected with the dumb dad more than the smart Alec kid. By season 2, the focus quietly shifted. More episodes centered on Homer. Bart became a supporting character in his own show. The network kept marketing Bart because his image sold merchandise. But the writers knew the truth. Homer was the heart of The Simpsons. The shift was so gradual most viewers didn't notice. But if you watch the early seasons, you can see it happen. Bart starts as the star, pulling pranks and causing chaos. Then slowly, episode by episode, Homer takes over. And he never gave it back. Number 17. The town of Springfield was named after a secret.
Putting us up until we find our car. And thank you for not being a band of hippie murderers.
Every fan knows the Simpsons live in Springfield. But which Springfield? There are dozens across America. For over 20 years, Matt Groening refused to reveal which state Springfield was in. Fans theorized endlessly. They analyzed clues from episodes. They mapped out geographical references. Some thought it was Oregon. Others said Illinois, Massachusetts, or Kentucky. The mystery became part of the show's mythology. Then, in 2011, Groening finally revealed the truth in an interview. Springfield wasn't based on any real city. It was named after Springfield in the sitcom Father Knows Best, a show Groening watched as a child. He chose the name specifically because it was the most common city name in America. He wanted the show to feel like it could be anywhere, a universal American town that every viewer could relate to. The ambiguity was intentional, designed to make the show timeless and placeless. But here's the secret within the secret. Groening also admitted that many of Springfield's street names came from Portland, Oregon, where he grew up. Lovejoy, Flanders, Kearney, all real Portland streets. So, while Springfield itself is nowhere, its DNA is pure Oregon. The mystery was solved, but somehow that made it even more interesting. Number 16. The creators hid their initials everywhere.
It's fine, and it saved us money on haircuts.
Matt Groening has a signature, literally. If you look closely at The Simpsons, his initials M and G are hidden all over Springfield. Marge and Maggie's names both start with MG. But it goes deeper. The creators embedded initials and inside jokes throughout the show as secret signatures. Writer John Swartzwelder named dozens of background characters after himself, or variations of his name. Animators would hide their names in crowd scenes, on signs, in freeze-frame gags. One animator consistently drew himself into the background of bar scenes. Another hid his ex-girlfriend's name on tombstones and Halloween episodes. The most elaborate Easter egg involved David Silverman, the show's supervising director. His initials DS appear in almost every episode, so sometimes multiple times. On buildings, on license plates, on books in the background. It became a game among the animation team. Who could hide their signature in the most creative way? Fans eventually caught on and started hunting for these hidden initials. Entire websites are dedicated to cataloging them. Some are obvious, others are so subtle they've never been found. The show became a treasure hunt, layers upon layers of secrets waiting to be discovered. And the creators loved it. They kept adding more, season after season, turning their cartoon into a living museum of inside jokes. Number 15. Marge's hair hides a dark secret.
Big hair, no big deal.
Marge, it's time I told you the truth. You've been grayer.
Marge Simpson's towering blue beehive is one of the most iconic hairstyles in animation. But for years, fans wondered what was inside it. Was it hollow? Did it hide something? The show teased the mystery for decades with occasional jokes. In one episode, Marge pulls a missing sandwich out of her hair. In another, she hides money in it. But the darkest secret came in a non-canonical episode where her hair was finally revealed. Inside the beehive, hidden from the world, was supposed to be a dark, twisted secret from her past. Matt Groening originally wanted Marge's hair to contain rabbit ears, a reference to Life in Hell, his original comic strip where all characters had rabbit ears. The idea was that Marge was actually a Life in Hell character hiding in the Simpsons universe. Her massive hair concealed her true identity, but the network shut it down. Too weird, too meta, too confusing for casual viewers. So, the rabbit ears were scrapped, and Marge's hair remained a mystery. The writers still occasionally joke about what's inside, but they've never committed to a canon answer. Some fans believe the rabbit ear idea is still true, just never shown. Others think it's empty, but the fact that it was almost something so surreal proves The Simpsons was always stranger than it appeared. Number 14. The show predicted the future, disturbingly well.
I'm right behind him. Not supposed to stare at it directly, but
Difference between a madman and a genius. But Kaczynski, I said, what kind of a student was he, Uncle John, Dr. John?
The Simpsons has predicted the future so many times it's become unsettling. In 2000, an episode showed Donald Trump as president. 16 years later, it happened. In 1994, the show depicted smartwatches. 20 years later, Apple released the Apple Watch. They predicted autocorrect fails, video calling, Disney buying Fox, even the exact plot of Game of Thrones' final season. At first, people called it coincidence. Then, it kept happening, over and over. Writers and producers insist there's no time machine, no psychic in the writer's room. The secret is volume and satire. The Simpsons has produced over 700 episodes. With that many scripts, some predictions are bound to come true by sheer probability. But there's more to it. The writers are smart, well-read, and deeply cynical about society. They study trends, politics, technology, and human behavior. Then they exaggerate current patterns to their logical extremes. What looks like prediction is actually just sharp observation pushed forward. The Trump presidency wasn't magic. It was writers noticing his political ambitions in the 90s and imagining the worst-case scenario. Smartwatches weren't a prophecy. They were an obvious evolution of technology, but even the writers admit some predictions are eerie. The Disney-Fox merger happened exactly as shown, and no one can explain that? Number 13. There's a real Simpsons house in Nevada. In 1997, Pepsi and Fox ran a contest. The grand prize? A real-life replica of the Simpsons house built in Henderson, Nevada. Every detail was perfect. The purple and orange color scheme, Bart's treehouse, the exact layout from the show. It cost over $120,000 to build. Fans went crazy. Millions entered, and one lucky winner, a woman from Kentucky, won the house. But she never moved in. She took the cash equivalent instead, around $75,000. The house sat empty. Fox tried to sell it, but no one wanted it. The bright colors violated neighborhood codes. The layout was impractical, designed for a cartoon family, not real humans. Rooms didn't connect logically. The kitchen was too small. Bart's bedroom couldn't fit a real bed. Eventually, the house was repainted. The iconic Simpsons colors were covered with beige and white. The new owners gutted the interior, making it functional. Today, the house still stands, but you'd never recognize it. It looks like every other suburban home in Henderson. The only remnant of its Simpsons past is the layout, which still matches the show if you know what to look for. Fans occasionally make pilgrimages standing outside, trying to imagine the yellow family that never moved in. It's the saddest prize in game show history. Number 12. Smithers Chained. Race between seasons.
If you were like me, I was shocked when I first saw this. A black...
Waylon, I'd like you to meet the Simpsons.
I know the Simpsons.
Waylon Smithers is Mr., Burns' loyal assistant, and he's been a white character for most of the show's run. But in his first appearance in the episode Homer's Odyssey, Smithers was black, fully black, with dark skin and different features. Then in his next appearance, he was white. The change was never explained, never acknowledged. Fans noticed immediately and demanded answers. The creators eventually admitted it was a mistake. In the early days of production, the animation was done overseas in South Korea. The American team would send character designs, but sometimes details got lost in translation. For Smithers' first appearance, the animators colored him incorrectly. By the time the episode aired, it was too late to fix, so when Smithers appeared again, they corrected it. He became the pale, sycophantic character we know today. But the original version still exists, forever preserved in Season 1. Some fans believe it wasn't a mistake at all, that Smithers was meant to be black and the creators changed him for racist reasons. The show's writers deny this, insisting it was purely an animation error. Either way, It's one of the strangest continuity errors in television history. A character-changing race between episodes and nobody on screen ever mentioning it. Number 11. The Couch Gag was born from a timing problem. Every Simpsons episode opens with the family running to the couch. Sometimes they sit normally, sometimes the couch eats them, sometimes it's a completely surreal art piece by a guest animator. The Couch Gag has become one of the show's most beloved traditions. But it wasn't planned. It was a solution to a technical problem. In the early seasons, episodes would sometimes run short or long by 30 seconds to a minute. If an episode was too short, they needed filler. If it was too long, they needed to cut something. But cutting jokes or story beats hurt the episode, so the producers came up with a brilliant solution. Create an opening sequence that could be extended or shortened as needed. The family running home and sitting on the couch became the variable. If the episode was short, they'd animate a long, elaborate couch gag. If it was long, they'd use a quick, simple one. It gave them flexibility without sacrificing content. But then something unexpected happened. Writers and animators started competing to make the best couch gag. They got creative, experimental, surreal. Guest animators like Banksy and Guillermo del Toro directed couch gags. Some lasted 3 minutes, others became art pieces. What started as a timing fix became an institution, and now fans look forward to the couch gag as much as the episode itself. Number 10. The writers quit en masse over a contract dispute.
On behalf of the actor side of me is, we are nothing without their words.
In 1998, The Simpsons was at its creative peak. Season 9 was in production, ratings were soaring, and the show seemed unstoppable. Then the entire writing staff threatened to quit, all of them, at once. The issue was money and respect. The writers felt underpaid compared to the massive profits Fox was making from merchandise, syndication, and international sales. They wanted profit participation, better contracts, and creative protections. Fox refused. Negotiations broke down completely. The writers walked out, leaving the show in chaos. For weeks, there was no one writing new episodes. The production schedule collapsed. Fox panicked and brought in replacement writers, but they couldn't capture the show's voice. Episodes felt flat, jokes missed. Meanwhile, the original writers picketed outside the studio, holding signs that said, "Honk if you love The Simpsons." Fans and cast members supported them. Eventually, Fox caved. They offered better contracts, profit sharing, and guaranteed creative control. The writers returned, and the show continued. But those few weeks changed everything. The writers gained power they'd never had before, and Fox learned that The Simpsons wasn't just a cartoon, it was the writers' vision, and without them, it was nothing. The strike saved the show's soul, even if it nearly killed it first. Number 9. Phil Hartman's death. Almost ended. Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I rest my case.
I'm Troy McClure. You may remember me from such movies as Cry-Yuma and Here.
Phil Hartman voiced two of The Simpsons' most beloved recurring characters, Lionel Hutz, the incompetent lawyer, and Troy McClure, the washed-up actor. His performances were so iconic, so perfectly timed that the characters became fan favorites. Then, in 1998, tragedy struck. Phil Hartman was murdered by his wife in a murder-suicide. The Simpsons family was devastated. Hartman had been part of the show since season 2, a trusted friend and collaborator. His death left a massive hole in the cast. The producers faced an impossible decision. Do they recast the characters or retire them forever? They chose retirement. Out of respect for Hartman, they announced that Lionel Hutz and Troy McClure would never appear again. No other actor would voice them. The characters were gone, and for over 2 decades, that remained true. Hutz and McClure disappeared from Springfield, occasionally referenced but never seen. Then, in recent years, archive audio of Hartman has been used sparingly in brief background moments, but never for new dialogue. The decision to retire the characters was controversial. Some fans wanted them to continue. Others felt it honored Hartman's legacy. Either way, it proved that some voices are irreplaceable. And when Phil Hartman died, 2 of Springfield's funniest residents died with him. Number 8. Michael Jackson. Voiced a character. Under a fake name.
Michael Jackson from the Jacksons.
I'm Homer Simpson from The Simpsons.
It's your birthday. God bless you this day.
In Season 3, Episode 1, a massive mental patient named Leon Kompowski appears, claiming to be Michael Jackson. He befriends Homer and speaks in a soft, gentle voice that sounds eerily familiar. That's because it was Michael Jackson. The King of Pop was a massive Simpsons fan and called the producers asking to guest star. They said yes immediately. Jackson recorded his dialogue, gave notes on the script, even helped write Bart's birthday song in the episode. But there was a problem. Jackson was under contract with his record label, and they forbade him from appearing on other projects. So, he agreed to voice the character under one condition. He wouldn't be credited. The episode lists Leon Kompowski as voiced by John J. Smith, a completely made-up name. For years, fans suspected it was Jackson, but the producers wouldn't confirm it. Then Jackson's speaking parts were analyzed, voice experts confirmed it, and eventually the truth came out. It was him. But here's the twist. While Jackson voiced the dialogue, he didn't sing. His contract specifically prohibited him from singing on the show. So the singing voice of Leon Kompowski was actually performed by a sound-alike named Kip Lennon. Michael Jackson guest starred on The Simpsons, wrote a song, but legally couldn't sing it himself. One of the strangest celebrity cameos in TV history. On number 7, the show was nearly canceled after the Tracy Ullman shorts.
Its body language is saying, I want to play. This little piggy went to Marge.
Boyfriend! Move it! Okay, here we go.
When the Simpson shorts first aired on the Tracy Ullman show, they were a surprise hit. The audience loved them. But behind the scenes, the relationship between Matt Groening and Tracy Ullman's team was falling apart. Ullman's producers felt the shorts were stealing attention from the main show. Critics wrote about The Simpsons more than Tracy Ullman's sketches. Fans tuned in just for the cartoon. Ullman herself reportedly felt upstaged by an animated segment on her own show. Tensions boiled over. Ullman's team demanded the shorts be reduced, maybe even removed entirely. They argued the animation was too crude, too distracting. Fox executives were caught in the middle. On one hand, The Simpsons was generating buzz. On the other hand, they didn't want to upset their star. For months, the future of The Simpsons hung in the balance. Then James L. Brooks intervened. He argued that The Simpsons deserved its own show, a full half hour where it could grow without stepping on anyone's toes. Fox agreed, greenlighting the series, but it was close. If Ullman's team had pushed harder, if Brooks hadn't fought back, The Simpsons would have died as a 3-minute filler segment. Instead, it became the longest-running American sitcom in history. And Tracy Ullman, her show was canceled after 4 seasons. Number 6, Hank Azaria. Voices over 60 characters.
Gerald Yokel, Common Raw from Night at the Museum. Gotta get well from this.
Hank Azaria is a voice acting legend, but even casual fans don't realize the sheer scope of his work. He doesn't just voice Mo, the bartender, or Apu, the convenience store owner. He voices over 60 recurring and one-off characters. Chief Wiggum, Comic Book Guy, Carl, Professor Frink, Snake, Lou, Cletus, Dr. Nick, Kirk Van Houten, Bumblebee Man, the Sea Captain, Superintendent Chalmers, Duffman. The list goes on and on. In some episodes, Azaria voices half the speaking roles. He performs conversations where he's talking to himself in different voices, switching seamlessly between characters mid-sentence. It's a masterclass in vocal range, but it came with consequences. In 2020, after years of criticism, Azaria announced he would no longer voice Apu, citing concerns about the character's stereotypical portrayal. The decision was controversial. Some praised it as progressive. Others felt it erased representation. Either way, it marked a turning point. For the first time, Azaria stepped back from one of his most iconic roles. The show continues without Apu, and Azaria continues voicing his other 6 characters. But the controversy proved that even animated voices carry real-world weight. and sometimes letting go of a character is harder than creating it. Number 5. The show has a secret rule about continuity.
Oh, you are so cute! Didn't you get enough lamb chops?
I can't eat this. I can't eat a poor little lamb.
Lisa.
The Simpsons operates on a strange principle. Nothing matters and everything matters. Characters age in real time, but Bart stays 10 years old. Homer has died dozens of times, but he's always alive the next episode. Relationships change, then reset. It's called floating timeline, and it's both brilliant and frustrating. The writers have a secret rule. Emotional moments are canon, jokes are not. If something happens for a laugh, it never happened. But if something happens for character development, it sticks. Lisa became a vegetarian in one episode, and she stayed vegetarian forever. That was emotional, so it counted. But when Homer went to space, fought George Bush, or discovered he had a long-lost brother, those stories vanished by the next episode. They were just jokes. This selective continuity allows the show to do anything without consequences. Characters can have wild adventures, die, return, marry, divorce, and none of it matters unless the writers decide it does. It's infuriating for fans who want consistency, but it's also liberating. The show can explore any story without being trapped by its own history. And after 30+ years, that flexibility is the only reason The Simpsons is still running. Some shows are slaves to continuity. The Simpsons just ignores it whenever it's convenient. Number 4. The show's budget. Nearly bankrupted the animation studio.
She'll go 300 hectares on a single tank of kerosene.
What country?
When The Simpsons was greenlit for a full season, nobody knew how expensive animation would be. The initial budget was wildly optimistic, assuming shortcuts could be taken. But Matt Groening and James L. Brooks refused to compromise on quality. They wanted fluid animation, detailed backgrounds, and expressive characters. That required more frames, more artists, more time. Klasky Csupo, the studio animating the first 3 seasons, struggled to keep up. The costs ballooned. Episodes that were budgeted at $300,000 were costing $500,000. The studio was hemorrhaging money, working overtime, missing deadlines. Tensions exploded. Klasky Csupo's founders clashed with Groening over creative control. They wanted to simplify the animation to save money. Groening refused. The conflict became so bad that after season 3, Klasky Csupo was fired and replaced by Film Roman. But the damage was done. Klasky Csupo nearly went bankrupt, producing The Simpsons. They survived by pivoting to other projects like Rugrats, but the experience left scars. Meanwhile, The Simpsons moved to Film Roman, which streamlined production and brought costs under control. The show survived, but it almost killed the studio that gave it life. Animation looks easy. It's not. And The Simpsons learned that lesson the hard way. Number 3. The writers hid an impossible math equation in the background.
This place looks expensive. I feel like I'm wasting a fortune just standing here. I don't want to alarm you, Marge, but I seem to be trapped in here.
The Simpsons is written by some of the smartest people in television. Multiple writers have advanced degrees in mathematics, computer science, and physics. And they love hiding complex math jokes in the show that 99% of viewers will never understand. In the episode Treehouse of Horror 6, there's a scene where Homer enters a 3-dimensional world. On a wall in the background, barely visible, is a mathematical equation. It looks random, but mathematicians who paused and analyzed it discovered something incredible. The equation appears to disprove Fermat's last theorem, one of the most famous mathematical proofs in history. Fermat's last theorem states that no 3 positive integers can satisfy the equation a to the power of n plus b to the power of n equals c to the power of n for any integer value of n greater than 2. It went unproven for over 300 years until Andrew Wiles solved it in 1994. But the equation in The Simpsons suggests a counterexample, except it doesn't actually work. The numbers are so large that on a normal calculator, they appear to solve the equation. But with precise calculation, they fail by a tiny amount. It's a mathematical joke so sophisticated that only people with advanced degrees would even notice it. The writers weren't trying to disprove Fermat. They were pranking mathematicians, and it worked. Number 2. Fox tried to fire the entire cast over salary demands.
Clown.
All right, crossed it.
I love late night. You can say anything.
Oh, my brain!
By season 13, The Simpsons was a money-printing machine. But the main voice cast, Dan Castellaneta, Julie Kavner, Nancy Cartwright, Yeardley Smith, Hank Azaria, and Harry Shearer, were still making modest salaries compared to the billions in revenue. They had started at $30,000 per episode. By season 13, they were making $125,000. Good money, but nothing compared to Friends or ER stars. So the cast banded together and demanded more. $400,000 per episode. Fox said no. Negotiations collapsed. The cast threatened to walk. Fox responded with a nuclear option. Fire all of them and recast every voice. Bring in sound-alikes, start fresh. For weeks, Fox held auditions. They recorded new actors performing iconic lines, testing if audiences could tell the difference. Some sound-alikes were shockingly close. Fox was prepared to pull the trigger, but then someone ran the numbers. Recasting would alienate fans, destroy merchandise sales, and kill syndication value. The risk was too high. Fox caved. They offered $360,000 per episode, along with profit participation and merchandising royalties. The cast accepted. It was the largest voice actor salary in TV history, and it proved that even cartoon characters have leverage when they stick together. Fox only tried to replace them, and the cast called their bluff. Number 1, Matt Groening signed away, merchandising rights by accident.
Oh, bad. He did send me this nice thank you card.
Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Dead.
20 years. Insane. It's just Homer's like tweeting the whole time. What?
When The Simpsons premiered, Matt Groening was focused on making the show great. He didn't think about merchandising, licensing, or long-term profits. So, when Fox presented him with a contract, he signed it without reading the fine print. Buried in the agreement was a clause giving Fox complete ownership of all Simpson merchandising rights. Groening owned the characters creatively, but Fox owned them commercially. Every t-shirt, toy, poster, video game, anything with a Simpsons character on it, Fox kept nearly all the profits. Groening got a small percentage, but nothing close to what he deserved. By the mid-90s, The Simpsons was generating over $2 billion a year in merchandise. Groening watched from the sidelines as Fox made a fortune off his creations. He later called it the biggest mistake of his career. He didn't fight it legally because he didn't want to risk the show getting canceled. So he kept quiet and kept working. Eventually, he renegotiated slightly better terms, but the damage was done. Fox still controls the merchandising empire. And Groening learned a brutal lesson. Always read your contracts. Always protect your work, because one signature can cost you billions. The Simpsons made Matt Groening famous, but it made Fox unimaginably rich. The Simpsons wasn't just a cartoon. It was accidents, predictions, hidden math jokes, and contract battles that almost killed it. A show born from panic sketches that became a 30-year institution. So, if you love these secrets, hit like, subscribe, and tell us which fact shocked you most. Because in Springfield, nothing is what it seems. Dough!